You're watching SLU-TV. Now, Maggie Szewczyk, Sharee Brown, John Castelli, lead forecaster Ashley Colgin, forecaster Rebecca Callahan, and sports director Stephanie Wilga. This is SLU News 22.
Hey SLU, I'm Maggie Szewczyk.
And I'm Sharee Brown.
Well, construction on the Edward A. Doisy Research Center is finished. We'll hear more about that report later on the show.
Find out what exhibits are being shown through December at the SLU Art Museum.
And we'll get a look at the weather with the Billiken Forecast Center, as well as an update on Billiken sports.
But first, our top story. The Student Government Association held a town hall meeting and gave students a chance to voice their opinions. Billy Kolingowski and Anastasia Folorunso have more on that story.
Is St. Louis University a diverse campus? Is St. Louis University a safe campus? These are some of the questions being addressed by students and administrators at the first biannual town hall meeting hosted by the SGA. Prompted by last year's town hall meeting after the hike in tuition, this event aims to create a regular forum where students and administrators can openly speak about their problems. Students and administrators gathered in the St. Louis room of the Bush Student Center to address various issues plaguing the St. Louis University campus. Unlike other town hall meetings at St. Louis University, this event was centered around civil discussion between a small group of students and an administrator seated together around a table. Students and administrators felt free to voice their opinions on several topics, such as the value of a SLU degree.
SLU is bringing people in from other areas of the country. Do you think that establishes it, and is that the most important attribute, I guess, in making a degree valuable?
No.
Other topics discussed were the safety of the college campus.
Bring the safety issue. I'm a commuter, although I don't live far. I live in Coronado and Lindell, but I do feel that we need more security in the corner of Spring and Lindell.
At the end of the event, students expressed their thoughts on how it went.
Definitely. I'm surprised there weren't more students here tonight. I mean, I think it's a worthwhile thing when you hear people, have opinions about things. This is a place to voice them.
Ken Porterfield, Vice President of Student Development, and Father Lawrence Biondi, President of St. Louis University, gave their opinions about the success of future town hall meetings such as this.
The nice thing about an event like this is that we're talking about issues before something surfaces that is a real concern. So people are more calm about discussion. The discussion is more of a two-way discussion.
But I think it's a very healthy thing, as I said, for students and faculty, staff, administrators, to communicate. And so this is a good way of opening ideas and asking questions and getting facts as opposed to fiction, getting information as opposed to slumers. I think it would be beneficial to have it twice a semester, both semesters. In other words, at the beginning of the academic year and perhaps early September, and then perhaps now in December, and then maybe at the beginning of February and then ending in April.
The next town hall meeting hosted by the SGA is being planned for March of next year. This is Anastasia Folorunso for SLU News 22.
With us now is forecaster Rebecca Callahan for a first look at the weather. Becca, I looked outside earlier and it's snowing. Is this something we can expect for the rest of the week?
Well, actually, maybe not for the rest of the week, but for the next overnight tonight and for the next couple days. St. Louis is actually under a winter weather advisory right now. The snow started around 4 o'clock this afternoon, but quickly switched over to sleet and over to freezing rain right now, because that's what we've got going on right now. But that weather advisory is for St. Louis County, St. Charles County, and St. Louis City. It's only until midnight, and it's an advisory. It's not a watch or a warning or anything hugely significant for our area, just to show that this is a winter storm. So watch out for the icy roads, sidewalks, bridges, and parking lots, because our temperature will go below freezing tonight. So anything that does accumulate tonight will freeze overnight. So you're going to want to watch out for that. So currently right now, 30 degrees. We have a wind chill of 19 degrees because that southeast wind. We have a sleet and rain mix, and that's going to be shifting all around tonight because of the moisture that we have in the area and the temperatures and everything. So we're going to get all sorts of weird winter precipitation going on tonight. And that's due to, we have a little shortwave, what we call a shortwave. It's a little impulse of energy that's going to push its way towards the east, and it's pulling in all this moisture from the south right now, and that's where we get this huge batch of snow, and that's going to be changing into sleet and rain, like I said before. And here's our radar. This red, yellow, and oranges, that's the heavier precipitation. There's probably a better chance of snow coming out of these cells right here. But as for St. Louis, we're still in the green and blue area, so we're kind of getting a mix of, wintry mix of precipitation. Our temperatures for tonight, we've got 27 in Jeff City, and 28 over in Kansas City, and 30 in St. Louis. So the temperatures are cold enough to produce this winter precipitation, but which kind will it be? That's kind of what we're up in the air on that one right now. But for tonight, we've got 30 degrees for tonight, overcast skies with the snow and winter mixing in, winds out of the south at 10 to 25 miles per hour. And for our 3-day forecast, tomorrow it's going to clear out 42 degrees. If we do get accumulations tonight, it probably won't make it to 42 degrees, but you know, it's still going to be cold regardless. And then Saturday and Sunday night, we've got another system moving in. We put rain down, but it might change into freezing rain or sleet, just depending on, again, on those temperatures and how much moisture we receive from that area. But coming up later in our forecast, we have Ashley Colgin and Mary Fester, and they will give you the complete 5-day.
Thanks, Becca. We now have a follow-up to the Highway 40 shutdown we reported on last week. St. Louis University is now offering students new options to help beat the expected highway congestion. There will be additional shuttles running along Grand. Pre-tax Metro passes will be sold at parking and card services. They will also be planning ride finders and carpooling services. St. Louis University will also pay 80% of a taxi ride for students who have to make an emergency trip home. For more information, visit SLU's homepage and search for Highway 40.
At $82 million, the Doisy Research Building is the largest building project in the history of St. Louis University, and it is finally ready for its close-up. Tomorrow, December 7th, is the grand opening of the Edward A. Doisy Research Center. The Research Center will make it possible for SLU scientists to further research discoveries in 5 key areas: cancer, liver disease, heart-lung disease, aging and brain disease, and vaccine development for a variety of infectious diseases. As construction workers add the finishing touches to the exterior of the building, furniture is being added to the interior. The building is named for Dr. Edward Doisy, a Nobel Prize winner for his discovery and isolation of vitamin K. For more information about the center, visit researchbuilding.slu.edu.
After the break, we'll have the health report, and we'll also find out what's going on at the St. Louis University Museum of Art.
We'll see you right back here in a minute. Welcome back. Health reporter John Castelli is here with us now.
John, I've been hearing a lot about CT scans. Now, is there really a cause for concern?
Well, with any type of radiography, Maggie and Sharee, there is a potential for some damage that can be caused to your body, but how much damage, that's debatable. When you're undergoing medical tests, you, of course, are going to think that they're safe, but the article in the New England Journal of Medicine, November 29th, reviews the levels of radiation emitted by CT scans. Computed tomography, or CT, revolutionizes the way physicians diagnose and prevent disease. Although the basic concept of CT works on the principles of traditional X-ray, the administration varies greatly. CT takes several X-ray images to create a three-dimensional view of the area scanned. This results in a radiation dose that is usually about 50 times higher than traditional radiography. Ionizing radiation used in CT is powerful enough to displace electrons in their atomic orbitals and form what are known as hydroxyl radicals. Now, these radicals can break strands of DNA and thus create a higher risk for cancer due to radiation exposure. Much quantitative information regarding the actual risk of developing cancer due to CT scans is unknown. However, publishers of the New England Journal of Medicine article estimate 0.4% of all cancers in the U.S. can be attributed to CT, and with CT's increasing usage, that percentage could become as high as 2%. Now, the American College of Radiology responded to this, and they find these numbers to be unfounded because estimates are largely based on radiation studies of atomic bomb survivors who were exposed to more than just X-rays. The ACR is working to prevent unnecessary radiography and suggests patients prior to their scan ask their doctor what equally good diagnostic alternatives there are, and if the facility where the scan is taking place is ACR accredited. So there are some debates on the issue, but we're learning more as more research is being done.
So generally they could have dangerous effects on the body, so people should be aware of them.
Possibly, yeah. Again, you know, just make sure that you're having these tests for the right reasons. CT scans are really easy to do, so doctors want to do them if they can.
Okay, thank you, John.
Thanks, John. The St. Louis University Museum of Art, or SLUMA, has 3 exhibits that will only be around through the end of finals week. The first, Elusive Light, Michael Eastman Retrospective, in the Judith and Adam Aronson Gallery, is the first retrospective of internationally renowned photographer Michael Eastman. It features photography drawn from his archives. Eastman is a St. Louis native whose work is held in collections throughout the country. His work has also been featured on the cover of Times Magazine 4 times. Reflections, paintings by Nancy Newman Rice, exhibit showcases the artist's unique ability to shape a subject by layering dots but forming no definite lines. This technique is meant to create the illusion that everything occurs at a slower pace, almost like a dream. Through her work, Rice has addressed modern issues and current events. Revelation, the Religious Imagination of Russell Cross, is the final exhibit of the newly reinstalled collection of the Western Jesuit missions. A resident of St. Louis, Cross's Pen and Ink series embraces his interpretation of the Book of Revelations. Revelation is sponsored by the Garden View Care Center and KMOX Radio. All exhibits will be shown until December 16th, and admission into the museum is free. For more information about these exhibits, or future ones, visit the Museum of Art's website at sluma.slu.edu.
Well, the weather really looks like it's going to be frightful this weekend, and we'll get the extended forecast from the Billiken Forecast Center after the break.
See you right back here in a few.